I just wanted to say that this video is probably really cringy and rushed. I tend to go on topic when I'm nervous. There's definitely more I wanted to add and talk about, but I guess I'll get into that another time. Anyway, thank you for watching, or thank you for what you're about to watch, and have a good day. Bye. I'm awkward. Mental health. Today I decided to do a solo video to talk about my personal experience with depression. Um, I'm 24 years old. I'm almost 25, and I've been struggling with mental health issues since for the longest I can remember. Um, I was probably 15 when I realized that I had depression because I finally was like, what's going on with me? Like I need to see a doctor. I need to, get help for myself and to help myself and whatnot. Like I was just having too many rough days. I couldn't cope. I couldn't get through it on my own. Like I needed to seek help. So that's what I did. I took that step forward and I went and got help. I went to the doctors. They prescribed me with medication and I got that's the word I was looking for. Diagnosed with clinical depression, anxiety, and PTSD. Well, I'm gonna start talking about the depression part first because that's all of it's important, but the depression part is what I struggle with on the daily. So, when I was younger, a lot of people that know me personally know this about me. I was molested by my older brother. That's a whole other topic. I don't really like to discuss it, but it's become a part of me. It's become not who I am, but just a part of like my past. It's there, it's set in stone. It's affecting me on the daily. It affects my relationships. It's the reason why I have PTSD. Like if somebody touches me, I completely like freak out at them, like I've just the whole situation still affects me on the daily, and like I don't think I will like ever 100% get past it. Things like, get myself out there, go to the gym, make YouTube videos, and like things decide not to work. Like right now, I tried so hard to try to get this camera to stay, and it's literally, again, a selfie stick and a trash can, because that's the only thing that I know how to do right, apparently, is film a video with a selfie stick and a trash can. But yeah, getting off topic, I tend to do that. I tend to trail off. I was bullied a lot when I was younger, and it's kind of the reason why my depression still sticks with me, because I was bullied. Like, I was bullied by this one girl in elementary school growing up, like daily, every year. And she followed me to my next elementary school because I skipped school. I did a lot of that in high school. I moved schools and this girl followed me to this school. I don't think she did it on purpose. Like, I don't think her intentions were malicious, but it still like affected me because I wanted to get like away from that part of my past, my childhood. And she was there again, and it just really, hit me. Like, I can't get away with this. Get away from this. I have to, stick it out and deal with it, kind of thing. So that's another reason. Like, for some people, depression is just a chemical imbalance. Like, it doesn't stem from any like part of traumatic childhood. Like, you can have like an amazing childhood, have tons of friends, never get bullied, but you grow up with it because it's a chemical imbalance in your brain. And it's just something that sticks with you, and you just can't get past it. It's just, you have to take medication to help you cope with it. But like, as I've said before in past videos, taking medication isn't a magic be all end all pill. Like, you don't take it and everything gets better. You have to, you have to do the work too. You have to take your medication at certain times every day. You can't skip days because that leaves the chemical imbalance in your brain that's off. It sends a message to yourself saying you missed a day. So it gets everything all out of balance and out of focus. So you have to make sure you take your medication. Like, daily at the same time every day. If you take your first dose of medication at night, you have to continue taking it at night, and you can't switch to taking it till morning unless you consult your doctor first. And same, like, if you take it in the morning, when you wake up, you have to continue taking it in the morning. If you miss a dose, you can't take a double dose, because that will send, again, everything out of haywire. You have to just, make sure you take it the next day. Like, most people have smartphones these days. You can set an alarm on your smartphone and remind yourself to take your medication. If that's what you're doing to cope with your medication, then you have to stick with it. Or if you're exercising, at least try to go 2 to 3 times a week, because exercising is something that definitely helps with depression, because it gets your blood moving, it gets you active and out of the house and communicating with people, and it's really important to stick with those things. Self-care is very important. Like, self-care isn't just about, like, bubble baths and, things like that. Like, it's all sorts of things. It could just be, taking a day inside and telling people, hey, I don't want to go out today, I'm just gonna lie in bed all day.
No, I'm not going anywhere.
As sucky as that is, if that's what you have to do, if you're like constantly on the go and you just need a day to yourself, then you have to. And I'm not making this video because depression is like, in today's day and age with social media and stuff, I'm not doing it because it's trendy or cool to have depression. Like, if I could take this all away, I would in a heartbeat. Like, I don't want this. I didn't want this for myself. I wanted to be like way further along with life, and it's something that's constantly holding me back, and I don't want it. Nobody wants it. I seriously would not wish this upon my worst enemy. Not even that girl that bullied me in elementary school and in high school. I would not wish this upon anyone, not even my brother. Like, depression, anxiety, PTSD, it all sucks. Nobody wants it. Like, I don't want it. Again, like, it just sucks that I even have to make a video about depression, but I really, feel like if I can at least, put my story out there and be able to help at least one person every day, and telling everybody about my struggle and what I go through on the daily, it just makes me feel better knowing that I can help people with my words, and that I can, make things better for anybody. That's why me and Bree decided to start the support group, because, you don't have to struggle alone. You don't have to be by yourself. You don't have to, sit in your dark, depressed room day in and day out, being sad and feeling alone. Like, you're not alone, because, I'm there with you. I don't know you, but, I struggle every day. Lately I've been struggling a lot just because, the weather, and it's, super snowy all the time, and it's cold, and you can't go on anything, so you're stuck inside. You have to, try to make things fun for yourself. You have to force yourself to get out there, to get moving, so you're not inside in your head all the time. But, that's really hard. Make a snowman today, but then you think about it and you're like, oh, I have to get dressed, I have to get all hot and sweaty, I have to put snow pants on, I gotta get there to where I'm gonna make the snowman, I gotta see people, I have to talk to people, what if people look at me because I'm a grown woman making a snowman? It's just every little thing in your head that's just what are you doing with your existence?
I don't know what I'm doing with my existence.
To make this video today is to talk about my struggles, and hope that with my story, sharing my story, that it will empower other people to come out and share their stories. You don't have to, but just know that if you have a story to tell, feel free to tell it. You don't have to say it to anybody. You can write it in your journal and keep it to yourself. You can burn that journal if you want to. Or you can just make a video and keep it in your computer. Just share your story. It doesn't matter where it goes, as long as your story is out there. Even if you just sit there and think in your head what you want to say, and about your story and what you've gone through, and just know that you're not alone. That that's important too. Like, you have to know, like, these, and it's so frustrating because there's so many things that I want to do with my life, but, you know, I try to make videos, I try to get out there, and just, as I've said like 1,000 times, nothing I do decides to go over it. Like, I was trying to, before I started recording the video, I tried to put up a simple blanket on my window because, you know, the sun is blaring through the window and it's really hard to, like, record a video when the sun's blaring in your eye. But, you know, like, the blanket kept falling off. And I'm like, fuck it, I guess I'm a fucking white girl recording a video about depression today. I hate depression. It's honestly, like, I don't want this. I just want to be happy. I just want to be able to live my life without that voice in the back of my head that's just like, you know what, you don't deserve to be happy. You don't deserve to make YouTube videos or do shit that you want to do with your life, you know? Like, I'm just rambling on because, like, I feel like it needs to be talked about. And, like, I just feel like talking helps me personally. I just, you know, hate when you decide to come out and talk about your depression and your mental health struggles and people are just like, oh, you're just trying to be like everybody else who has depression. You're just trying to be trendy or cool or whatever. Like, no, that's not the case. People talk about their depression because they don't want to feel alone. They're tired of feeling alone and keeping things to themselves. And you know what? You don't have to. You can talk about it however you want. You're not seeking attention. You're not, you know, being emo or whatever it is that people are saying to people these days to bring them down about their mental health struggles. If you want to sit in front of a computer and talk, then talk. Say whatever you want to say and don't worry about what anyone else has to tell you. Because, you know, it's important to get your words out there. Like, I'm probably repeating the same shit over and over again, but you know what? It's true. Like, you have to get yourself out there. You have to say the same things over and over again just to get your story going. But the main thing that I wanted to share is my story. So, whew, I need to take a breather because I'm just rambling on. 4 years old. I've been struggling with depression probably my entire life. I didn't realize it until actually I was probably 21, 22-ish when I like actually broke down at the outside of a curb at my old job and was like, you know what, I need help. And I got help. I need to make an appointment with my therapist though because I haven't seen her in a while and like I'm terrified to make phone calls, you know, so but yeah. I just have been struggling for a very long time. I don't want to be struggling anymore. That's why I use humor to cope with my struggles, you know. Everyone uses humor to cope in different ways, like to make light of a dark situation. And if that's what helps you feel better about your struggles, then you know what? Make as many dark, emo death jokes as you want to, or, you know, laugh about yourself. Because at the end of the day, like, you're stuck with yourself for the rest of your life. So, do you either want to lie in bed and be depressed all day and cry, or do you want to be out there making jokes and trying to be a happy, positive person? You know, like, it's up to you to make that decision. I keep saying that I'm gonna share my story, and I mean to, but I keep trailing off. Because, you know, that's the mind of an anxious person. My mind's just, like, everywhere. So, yeah, I have depression, I have anxiety, I have PTSD, I think I have an eating disorder, but I don't know, I'm not super skinny, but, you know, I have struggled with eating a lot. So, I mean, I think I do, I don't know, but I definitely have anxiety and depression and PTSD, like, it's clear, because, like, today was a really hard day. Like, I woke up at, like, noon, and I took, like, 10 naps today, and then I went out to the store because I had to take money out from my bank for the concert tomorrow, and I just was at the mall watching people, you know, minding their biz, living their life, and I'm just like, why can't I be like them? Like, I am constantly comparing myself to other people's success. I'm like, look at this person, they're married and they have a family and they have like 10 dogs. And this person has, like, they just got promoted at their new job. They're the same age as me. Why Why aren't I living my best life like that? I'm at home talking to a camera, you know? But you can't, you know, compare yourself to other people, because that's when your depression just kind of just goes into haywire and you're just like, oh, I'm not good enough, you know? Like, you can't do that to yourself, because it's just gonna make things worse for you in the end. You're just gonna be like, I'm just a horrible human being. Why do I exist on this planet? Like I do every day of my life. Anyway, I'm getting off topic again for like the 1,000th time. Like I don't even like know how to like actually like sit down and make a video about one certain topic, because my brain's like many things that I want to talk about and share with the world. But yeah, I think the worst part when I was depressed, it was in grade 10. This is a funny story. Oh my god. Story time! I was in grade 10 and my room was clearly a mess and I had a fork on the floor. Well, guess who stepped on the fork? Me!
Derp.
And so I stepped on a fork and I had to go to the hospital to get stitches in my foot. Fun times! I still have the scar, but it's really hard to show. I really don't want to show the camera my feet because nobody wants to see my feet. Anyway, but yeah, I had to go to the hospital. I got stitches in my foot. My foot got infected. It got swelled up. And I missed weeks of school. I was depressed. I was stuck at home all the time because I had the swelled up foot. And then I went back to school this one time, and I was in English class, and I ended up fainting in the middle of class and had to go home in the middle of the day, and just everybody seen me faint in the middle of class. And yeah, I never heard the end of it for days. So, but that was the worst time when my depression was like, sometimes I have good days, sometimes I have really bad days, but that whole 2 weeks was just like, because like I was at home, I was in my head, I couldn't go anywhere, I couldn't, you know, have anyone over to talk to. I was a depressed mess with a swollen foot because my dumbass stepped on a fork. But yeah, the main thing that I wanted to make this video for is to, you know, don't be afraid to talk. Don't be afraid to share your story. Don't be afraid to reach out. You know, me and Bree are here for you. We made this YouTube channel so we can reach out to people with our struggles. So if we can at least, you know, help one person a day or one person ever, like, that makes us feel better about ourselves. You know, like, that's why we do what we do, because we want to help people. Because, you know, when it comes to depression or mental illness, you have to, like, try to make other people happy. Yeah, like, words! Like, it's hard to make other people happy when you can't make yourself happy. When you make other people happy, you know, that brings joy to your own life, you know. So like us reaching out and sharing our story and hoping that, you know, somebody else reaches out and says, hey, your videos are really helping me, you know, I can relate to you, you make me laugh. Like, anything that we can do to help people, to help ourselves, is what we're here for. That's our goal with this YouTube channel, is to, you know, strive to help other people. And like, we hope that in the future we can have another in-person support group meetings. We can gather people in the community so we can figure out what to do in our community when it comes to mental health. Because, you know, people are afraid to reach out because they're scared if they reach out that they're being seen as needy, clingy, or, you know, just whatever people say these days to people who are struggling with mental health issues. Like, it's not fair. Like, if you're struggling, you have every right to reach out in any way possible without somebody, you know, labeling you as a freak or something. You know, reach the fuck out. Like, I can't stress it enough. Reach out. Get help. Do what you gotta do. Like, to feel better. If it's medication, taking a walk, taking a bubble bath, talking to your camera, talking to your dog, do what you gotta do. Subscribe to my channel. We put out new videos whenever we can, whenever I have the energy to edit things or to put videos out there, because last night I woke up at 1:30 in the morning and edited a video and I put it on YouTube. So subscribe for more random shenanigans and rants. That's all I have to say.
Bullshit,
Like,
that's so rude.
how do people get experience then?
Right?
They learn
Exactly.
the job.
Their job.
It was okay, I guess. It was kind of frustrating. I was dealing with a lot of PMS, you know, I was kind of bitchy.
I'm so paranoid about things not recording and things not working right because it's what I've been used to lately. Just nothing I do wants to work right. Oh!